Becoming a homemaker is one of the best roles that I have ever been put into. It's a stellar role, and I really do recommend it to a lot of people because it is a good work. It's a hard work, but it's a good work, and it's a blessed work. I am Sarah. I'm a mom of 5, and I have been homemaking in my own home for over 10 years. And then previous to that, when I lived with my parents, I feel like my mom really brought me up to know what it was to be a homemaker and to care for the home. So I'm gonna share that today. I have a bunch of tips that I would love to share. These are personal tips. These are things that I'm sharing with you. I'm not saying that this is just overall for all homemakers, because it's not. And if you are a homemaker, leave a comment down below, give us a tip. What do you feel or encourage or recommend for other fellow homemakers, or just tell me something that really works for you. I'm of course going about my day. Join me, and let's talk about homemaking because it's one of my favorite things to talk about. I would first start off by saying homemaking is not meant to be aesthetic or to fit a certain mold. Homemaking, in the general sense of the act of it, it is supposed to be a very functional work. Now, I like things looking a certain way sometimes. I like color, I like texture, I like warmth. Sometimes I look at like 70s home renos and I'm like, I love it. Like, I love that nostalgic coziness. I find it to be really beautiful, but I don't want that taking over everything else. Things need to function before things are aesthetic. If I have something in my life and it functions well, I will tell you right away it's not aesthetic and it probably doesn't look very nice. But it functions really well, and that's what matters. Being a homemaker, it's nice to have things look and feel a certain way, but that's not our main priority with homemaking. Our main priority is to create and develop a space that is functional, that our people work well with, and that we can also change up as needed, because I have 5 kids and I feel like we're hitting different stages every couple months, and the house needs to flex with that. So if I have an aesthetic house, it's hard to keep up with that. But if I have a house that's built on being just functional, I can work with that. And it's priorities. What is your priority? Are you wanting an aesthetic house? Are you wanting a functioning house? What is the kind of feel and drive you want from your home to fuel you and your family? And looks are temporary and come second. The way the house actually functions, that's my priority. As a homemaker, I know I'm the manager of the home. I'm not in charge of it, but I am the manager. I manage how the home functions and runs. Therefore, that means there's a problem, something's wrong, something needs to be tended to. That's on me, and that's something that I actually get to do. I am a constant problem solver in the home as a homemaker. I know not everyone can feel like that in homemaking, and I know a lot of people can also not always feel that type of joy. Sometimes I do get exhausted and I go, oh, I have to manage this again, hi. But I need to view it as a joy and a blessing, and also really serious, because managing things is quite the role. Granola, we're trying to say this tongue twister. Granola. I can't say it. I'm just making some lunch. And beyond being a problem solver as a manager of the home, I also have the ability to delegate and encourage teamwork throughout the home. A manager does not do everything, but organizes everything to be done, and to be done well. I mean, being a manager, that's an umbrella for so many things. But I want to encourage you, you have a lot of power here over the home, and use it for the home's good and for your good as well, because you will reap those blessings and rewards. I like a fragrance, but I'm pretty picky. I might like it for spray, but am I gonna like it for a week's time or a month's time? Those small little samples at the store ain't gonna cut it. I need something I can test long term to see if it works with my body chemistry, because buying fragrance is like being a scientist, and I wanna make sure I feel great every single time I wear it. Fragrance is also just hugely for me a memory. It takes me back to a time, so it's almost dear to my heart, picking out that perfect fragrance. Which is why I love Scentbird, and I'm super excited for them to be sponsoring today's video. Yes, they are so pretty and cute, and let me tell you about the fragrances I chose for this month. It comes with a fragrance card, so you have all the details and information about the fragrance you chose. This is La Vanilla Vanilla Coconut. Its notes is coconut, tiara flower, and Madagascar vanilla. I just have to wear now. Oh, it's good. I also have Who is Elijah Cherry Fiesta. The notes in here is mandarin pear, white florals, cherry, and vanilla. And I love that the perfume is actually purple. Next is Florid Parfums Floriste. I love the notes of this. It's bergamot, tomato leaf, mimosa, neroli, and guaiac wood. Just lovely. Lastly is Chamblou Boutique Perfumery, lilac and gooseberries. This one is lilacs, gooseberries, and white amber, a little musk. La Vanilla Everyday Chamblou Date Night. Now, buying a full-size bottle of perfume is expensive and, dare I say, a commitment. Scentbird is affordable and minimizes the risk of you spending way too much money on a perfume you're never gonna wear again. Your first month is only $8, my link is down below, and every month after that is less than $17. With over 900 plus fragrances to choose from, I love hitting that clean fragrance button and browsing from there. You are sure to find something you love or something you would just like to try. You get a generous 30-day supply of each fragrance, giving you the confidence in either buying a full-size bottle or trying a new scent again. They have a quiz that's gonna help you out, giving you personalized suggestions based on your preferences. I also love the packaging. It's small, perfect for on the go, and P.S. nose blindness exists. If you've been continually wearing the same fragrance for a long time, you might notice that your body chemistry has changed up and maybe it doesn't smell as good as it used to. That's why Scentbird gives you the opportunity to change it up and reawaken your nose. Scan the QR code right here on your screen, or you can click the link down below, use my code SarahTherese2. It's seriously gonna get you 55% off your first month at Scentbird. This is currently only available in the US and Canada. As a homemaker, everything changes consistently and constantly. You will finally get into a point where you're like, oh, finally, we're settled and we can continue in this way of doing things. And then something happens and everything shifts. And what I've realized is that my priorities and the priorities of my family and my household are going to shift, and that I need to be okay with it. I am that woman that loves change, but also hates it. Like, I'm the lady that cries when I leave my hotel room because I'm so attached to my hotel room. Or leaving a campsite. It can be hard when my life is shifting while I'm trying to stop it from doing that, or trying to find peace in this chaos, right? One of the best things I've done in homemaking is realizing in the moment what is my priority and letting myself see my priorities having to shift for the sake of our home. My priorities change sometimes month to month, day to day, year to year, and you have so many different priorities, right? It's not like you just have one main one. There's a bunch of different ones. Especially getting out of the school year and getting into the summer, my priorities are changing in this season as well. So I need to adapt to these new priorities and also maybe let go of some other ones, which can be difficult, but it's very good to do. Let the way you work amongst your home function according to the priorities that are at the greatest need now. It's hard, especially for me, but it's good. Okay, let's finish making these. Ignore my bread machine. Put these away proper. Something my family really thrives on is a schedule. And not just any schedule, an extremely flexible schedule. Kind of going back to priorities, I guess. But we definitely have a schedule as a family. Kind of a morning schedule, a little bit of an afternoon, but definitely evening. We'll also have kind of weekly schedules. I do calendar time with the kids so they know what's coming up. So schedules are great and they really serve us, but They have to be flexible because, again, things are constantly changing. By assessing our priorities, I'm able to create a very flexible schedule that benefits us really well. In the morning, what is our priorities? It is to eat, clean up, and get dressed. So we can actually be really flexible around that because our priorities are simple in that. So the schedules we create are easily fixated and curated to our lives in the moment. Maybe that's kind of an interesting future video idea, is how I create schedules and what my schedules look like ATM. I made sourdough cookies last night. I just put them into like this big kind of a brick, and I thought I'm just gonna cut them and put them on a cookie sheet, and that's how I'm gonna make these cookies. I'm gonna just keep it as simple as possible. A little bit of encouragement, because I was thinking about my own childhood and just like memories, and I realized it's the simple things that I remember and love the most. For example, growing up, I'd wake up, I'd come downstairs because my bedroom was upstairs. I'd come downstairs, go into our kitchen, and my mom was already there, and I could smell her before I even saw her. She smelled good. She smelled like cocoa butter and oranges, and every morning that I can remember, I'd come downstairs, she had cocoa butter lotion all over her, an orange that she was eating in front of her, and God's word was open and she was reading it. And it's such a simple memory, but it's actually one of my greatest and like most intense childhood memory out of anything that I can really think of. If I smell cocoa butter to this day, I think of my mom. If I eat an orange, I think about my mom. Crack open the Word of God, and I'm thinking about my mom. It's such a simple thing. It was just a part of her daily routine that she was living out, but it impacted me and has reminded me as a mom now that it's the simple things that are really beautiful and that really count, and I shouldn't be striving for grandeur. My kids will most likely not remember that. They'll remember the small things, like what I talked like and maybe what I smelled like and the things that I did with my hands and my heart. These are the things the people in your home will remember. Do not neglect the beauty of the simple things, because they really do matter. When I first got married, I had food goals. And not that I was looking at things that were really great and I went, I want to be like that. But what was my personal goal in the family when it came to food? And at the time, it was as cheap as I could go, saving as much money as I could. And that has changed in the sense of I don't want to be so cheap where I'm compromising on like ingredients, you know? But something to consider is, what are your own, I'm going to organize my fridge while I'm talking. What are your own personal food goals for your family? A lot of people do a lot of different ways, and I don't think any way is wrong. When my heart was to save a lot of money and eat really cheap, like we ate the cheapest of the cheap, and we did save so much money, so I hit that goal. Now a food goal for me is, yeah, how much can I make from scratch? How much is worth making from scratch? That's enough. Mama? Once I kind of mentally figured out food goals, I was able to serve my family better in that area. Because as a homemaker, a lot of stuff just comes down to the food that I make or bring in or buy. I'm the food lady. This is what I do. Once goals are well established, I can serve better, and like mentally, I can clearly look forward and mentally and emotionally be stable and stable enough to succeed and try to reach those goals. Instead of comparing ourselves to other homemakers and moms and wives, why aren't we rejoicing in the good of others and feel encouraged by their efforts. A lot of that is just a mental change and a heart change towards what we see, because I don't think it's wrong necessarily to look at someone and go, what an amiable quality, or what a cool thing to do, or what a cool person to be. I think you can actually look at those things and go, I can encourage myself to be like this, not for the sake of inclusion, but to look at it and actually be like, I love this about this person, and I want to uplift myself and encourage myself in this area just because I see it in this other person's life and I like the look of it. So instead of bringing yourself down over the goodness or positive attributes of another, build yourself up in it, because you can. I've also learned that I can admire the qualities of other moms without feeling that I as a mom need to have those same qualities. My laundry machine, it's always on a Monday because I have to do extra laundry to catch up from my Sunday off. In homemaking, you come across bumps or things that are hard and slow you down. I encourage you, as I always encourage myself, to create some sort of a system. For example, my laundry used to be hard and it was difficult for me to figure out how to do laundry and to do it well. And I created my 3-bin system. It works really well. I have a whole video on it. I realized I'm the manager. I'm in charge of this place. So if there's a problem, it might be on me, especially when it comes to something like laundry. So I need to fix it. So creating a 3-bin laundry system has reduced the amount of time laundry takes me. It's also reduced that mental and emotional energy it takes to do the task. And it works well for all of us. So creating a system as a homemaker that really benefits you and the rest of the family is like one of the best things you can do. You might sleep better at night, because that's what I do when everything is working well. And in a lot of ways, actually, it helps me to mentally get ready and prepare for the tasks that need to be done. Because for me, it's a mental game. A lot of what I do as a homemaker, it's a mental game. But this is gonna take me a couple minutes to do. I have an extra load in there, and then I'll be done. Look at this. All the socks. Present and accounted for. Woo! And this is my new favorite saying, minimal, not clinical. I think a lot of people look at my videos and they're like, oh, you're not minimal because you have things on the walls and because you have plants and whatever. And minimalism, I know, is different for everybody. I'm minimal in different areas of my life and kind of just broadly through the home. But I don't like the look of minimalism. I don't like a lack of personality and hominess that can come from a home that has such things on the walls or seen. Think of it as like cozy minimalism. There's a lot of homemakers that I talk to and they said I could not be a minimalist because I couldn't give up my plants. I could not be a minimalist because I can't give up my pillows on my couch. And I'm like, oh man, don't throw minimalism into a box. Minimalism is actually really cool because it does look different for all homemakers, and I think minimalism does not have to look clinical. It can actually just be something that works really well for you. We're minimal with our wardrobes. We have smaller wardrobes. We're minimal with our bedding. We don't do decor blankets or pillows. We are minimal with products, makeup, body care. We are minimal in even just our buying habits. So as a homemaker, you can have things and still work in a minimalistic type of way. And the idea of it being different for everyone is really freeing. There should be no judgment on how people do it because we're all very different homemakers. Having a more minimalistic approach and mindset towards my home actually lets me thrive. I don't serve my items actually serve me. And that's basically my laundry for today. Well, this is a mess. I sent the kids upstairs to tackle some other things, and I was like, you know what? I'm just gonna do my stuff down here, and it's gonna be great. Something I am so thankful for as a homemaker is that I am not to homemake perfect. That expectation is not put on me by other people or myself. I need a savior, and I need someone that I can turn to and give my burdens to and talk to as if it's just like a friend in the room with you. And that's Jesus. for me. And if you're a homemaker, bring things to Jesus. Don't keep them here, don't keep them in here. And talk aloud. One of the coolest things I've done recently is actually prayed aloud and been very vulnerable and honest with myself and even amongst my kids, and praying very openly. And it's something I would like to do more and do better. But there is a Father in heaven that loves you and has put you in the role of a homemaker so you can grow and so you can glorify Him. And these are beautiful things that we have been entrusted with. And I am very, very thankful for it. So if you have burdens, lay them at the feet of Jesus. He wants them and He knows them. That's the crazy thing. He already knows your burdens and what's in your heart, and He wants to be with you. Thank you for watching, for being here. Again, comment down below if you have any homemaker tips or just things you want to say. Thank you for spending time with me today. It's been a wild day behind the camera, but this was really good for me to be able to shoot a video like this today from my heart. I'm really thankful. So I'll catch you guys in my next video. Bye.